guys, welcome to my music room, and you can see I got a lot of CDs, bunch of cool stuff like that. Got my CD now, t-shirt on, and you know, it's a little messy in here, but that's how I like it. So we're just gonna look at some of my stuff today, but especially what I want to look at is my record collection, and I just want to kind of tell you all about some records I really like. So I thought I'd start with some 45s. We've got a lot of them that are kind of cool. This one's signed by Stephen Merritt of the Magnetic Fields. This one's signed by Calvin Johnson of K Records. This is his Dub Narcotic. We've got some cool stuff from some local bands like the Robinsons. You know, a lot of people have Beatles. I do too. This is Pepper. This is, of course, the Blue album, the Red album, the White album. And I've got some Paul McCartney stuff. These are two of his solo albums. This one's pretty cool. It's the Beatles Yesterday and Today. For this one, if I were to like rip this off, you would see what's called the butcher cover underneath. But it's kind of like I would be butchering it to do so, right? So I'm going to leave it like this. I think it's worth about the latest estimate I got on it is that it's worth about I want to say $750,000. I think that's right. Now here's a good one. Sometimes I like to have a little fun. This is a haunted house you listen to, and when I listen to it I get really scared, so I kind of need my wife or my daughter in the room with me to hold my hand when I listen to it. But it's a very cool one. I can't look at this picture for too long without getting frightened, so I don't look at it a lot. The ghost is pretty fun, but this is pretty scary, so I don't advise. I'm just gonna put this one down. Now this is one that I really like. It's called "You Don't Have to Be Very Big at All" by Flo Price and Jim Grant. Stories and songs for children. This is one that I've had a long time, but I try to take care of it, and it's just got like kids and telling stories, good Christian messages. You can see how long I've had this one. I used to draw on it when I was like 2 or 3. But this one will still fetch a good price. It's not the Beatles Butcher album, but it can still. This one's probably still worth at least $2,000 or $3,000. Now I've got some here. Like these are really good. These are Shana. So this is like a live record that Shana did. Pretty awesome, really. This is where I learned a lot of the 50s songs, you know. They did all these songs like At the Hop, Rock and Roll is Here to Stay, Hound Dog, Great Balls of Fire. They invented all these songs, and then eventually they were covered by the people that we knew. Like At the Hop was eventually done by Elvis. And, you know, Hound Dog was obviously eventually done by Nancy Sinatra. So, you know, they all... Here's Justifying Justin Wilson double disc. Now, if you're ever wondering, like, which of my records are worth more, if you're interested in, like, selling them, if you've got 2 discs, twice as much, no matter what it is. So, like, if I had this one, I mean, it's... If I'm doing the math right, it's worth more than the Beatles Butcher album because there's 2 of them. And, you know, this one doesn't have a cover. Shana didn't have a cover. But to be honest, music is music. It's not a visual medium. So record collectors out there, they want to actually just hear the music, obviously. So the covers are really just there for show. They kind of help you remember things maybe or something like that. I don't really get it, to be honest with you, why there needs to be covers for records, but there are. So this is a good one. Justin Wilson is a Cajun comedian, so he's awesome. This is a pretty cool one, The Training of U.S. Marine on Paris Island. This one comes with both side 1 and side 2, so that's good. Listening to this one as a kid inspired me to be a music collector. This is one that's also good. Molly and the Salt Shakers and Johnny the Baptist. These are some These are Christian puppets that are very funny. Again, because there's not much of much to look at when you're listening to a record, you can imagine how good the ventriloquist is operating this brother and sister Christian ventriloquist dummy duo. And in my mind, she's really good. Could be a he for all I know. Whenever Molly, the ventriloquist, talks, she sounds like a woman, but it could be a man pretending to be a woman that then controls the ventriloquist dolls. Sometimes I even picture Molly's husband with Molly sitting in his lap and he's controlling her and then she's controlling the dolls. They do say that women shouldn't talk in church, and this is a church record, so that theory actually makes some biblical sense. Here's one that's going to be a favorite. Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, Brer Fox, just classic characters. And of course, Uncle Remus himself. This one's got a storybook. It's got funny stories about the tar baby, and wacky dialects, and things that are not going to be offensive in any way. In other words, you can let your kids listen to them and they'll turn out fine. Some of the kids' entertainment these days, some of the things that they listen to, I grew up on this stuff, and hey, I'm okay, right? I'm perfectly normal now. But kids listening to rap music or stuff like that, it's got some bad messages in there, if you know what I mean. Attracts the wrong people. But if you listen to the Uncle Remus stories, I think you're going to be fine. Finally, I get into some really, really good ones that are not only collector's editions and things that if you had, you're going to want to hang on to them, but also personal favorites of mine. This one's called The Littlest Ballerina. You can see this one has like a fecal smear. I think I did this one when I was 2. Pretending to be a ballerina, wearing a tutu, wiping myself with my hands, smearing it on the record. You can still kind of smell a little bit of that. But yeah, this is kind of who I imagined myself to be, this littlest ballerina. A lot of fun. This kind of gives you ways to listen to the record even on the back. It's got a purpose. It's a good starting point for little ballerinas. And again, this record inspired me to become a record collector, just like listening to the one about the Marines. Save the best for last. This is Stay Slim with Kathy Rigby Aerobic Exercise album. Compliments of Stay Free, the #1 name in feminine protection. And I do believe that. I've listened to this album I don't know how many times. Some friends ask me, do you do exercise or aerobics when you listen to it? No, I just listen to it. This is Stay Slim from Stay Free. I think it's probably the slim version of Stay Free. These exercise routines were developed to promote physical fitness. However, it is recommended that participants consult their physicians before undertaking this or any exercise program. So, word to the wise, if you have this record, unless you're willing to go to the doctor and talk to them about it, you probably don't want to do exercise. That was the take I got from it. I'm not an exercising sort of person myself. I don't plan to be. I like to imagine that Kathy is wearing her Stay Free feminine product here on the cover, or while she's dancing to the music. And sometimes I'll pick up a pack myself and put it on. I don't need it, obviously, for the same reasons, but it does make me feel better, more engrossed with the music. I've said that music is primarily an audio medium, but it's also all immersive. You can close your eyes, you can transport yourself, you can dress up different ways. You can do whatever it is that makes you happy, and that's what's important about this one. And like I said, I mean, this one's just wonderful, you know, condition. It comes with a poster that you might, you know, again, I'm not going to use the poster to learn how to do the hop, kick behind, or the hip rocks, or the chest lift. Certainly not the clap under thigh. You know, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. But I can still enjoy this record. The music is wonderful. I'm not stupid. The music is great. Okay, I guess we're out of time, so. Write some comments, subscribe to the channel, whatever you want to do. You know, it's your life. This is what I'm trying to tell people. It's your life. You can do what you like. All right. Have fun, record fans. I'll see you on the flip side.